You don't need a perfect plan, a ton of money, or years of experience to build a real business. You need the right moves and the willingness to take them. That's what this show is about, helping you build a business that gives you real financial freedom and control over your time. Let's get into it.
Here she is, a brand new, fully loaded Range Rover.
Welcome. We have a really good show for you today. Today's show is about people that have bought a course on how to start a remote cleaning business, but it's not working. And we're going to talk about why. What spawned this episode topic today is that I've been getting an overwhelming amount of inquiries from people who have taken some type of course or training program on how to start a remote cleaning business. And unfortunately, they've come to me because they weren't getting good results. I'm going to address that today. It's going to be an interesting show. I'm not going to call out any creators or course providers. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to trash anybody, but I'm just going to go to the root of the problem and what I'm seeing isn't working and how I'm able to fix it. And I just want to shed some light on it because I think it might surprise you. I want to say hi to people that are here real quick. My mom's here. Annette's here. Southern Utah Cleaning Company is here. McKay is here. Kayla's here. Felix is here. These are all people in my programs. Thanks for the support, you guys. It's good to see everybody here back on a Monday. So again, the title of today's show is bought a course, but your cleaning business isn't working. Here's why. For those of you that don't know me, my name is John Margalit. I'm your host today. And this show is powered by Jobber. It says so right there. I'm going to get to everything. I'm going to give everybody a minute to get on here. And as I think about what I'm going to say today, I just want to tell everybody why I'm here. And for those of you that are new to the show, who I am. My name is John Margalit. I'm the founder of Happy Home Helpers, a 7-figure remote cleaning business. And this year in 2026, we're going to do over $2 million. I'm very excited about that because it's only my 4th year in business. So I feel like I'm just scratching the surface. You know, over the weekend, I was posting more TikToks. I'm trying to grow on TikTok. I really like TikTok and I'm starting to pick up steam there. And I posted a short video about the numbers. And I was talking about how my entire business is automated now, and that I have a team of virtual assistants that basically do all the day-to-day operations, and I just oversee it, and that we were going to hit the 2 million mark. And somebody commented, this woman, and said, I don't really think that that's possible. It's really hard to find good cleaners and get, keep good cleaners happy. And she sort of just said, let's be real here. You're not doing that. And so I thought to myself, first of all, what a limiting belief. And second of all, it is possible and I am doing it. That's why I come on here and I show the numbers. It's not a flex. It's just to prove to everybody it's possible. Not only is it possible, let me tell you something. When you get to a certain point in this business, and this is most businesses, and you have so much cash flow that you can hire people to help you and you have enough help, not only does the recruiting and the retention become easier, but when other people are handling it for you, it doesn't get to you anymore. I know it's hard in the beginning. I know. So I responded to her and I said, you're absolutely right that it is hard and you got to fight through it, but it is possible. And then I showed her a screenshot of my Jobber transactions, and she was surprised. I'm going to get to that in a second in the proof portion of the show, but I just want to say it's going to be hard for everybody in the beginning. I'm not going to lie to anybody. It's going to be hard. I mean, all businesses are tough to get off the ground, but once you get momentum and you start getting customers and you start figuring out how to make good cleaners happy, which, by the way, the secret is to just get them really busy, help them make money, and they will help you make money. That's the secret. Anyway, I'm the creator of Rags to Riches University, where I teach aspiring entrepreneurs and cleaning business owners how to start and grow a profitable cleaning business using my proven sales and marketing systems. Since before I got into remote cleaning, I had a couple of different jobs. I was fired from 2 of them. And before that, I got lucky, let's say, and I got introduced to a couple guys that started a tech startup on Wall Street. And I went to New York. I was living in San Diego, and I went out to New York to meet them, and they hired me as head of sales. And from that moment forward, the company just exploded. The growth was so fast, and I scaled it really, really, to the ARR, as we call it, the annual recurring revenue, or the MRR, the monthly recurring revenue, was really high. We were doing over 10 million a month. And so you can do the math. And then somebody came and bought the company for a 9-figure exit. And I had a great time and I learned a lot, but I didn't make any money from it. The founders did. And they deserved every penny of it. They're the ones who invented the product. Now, the reason why I bring this up is because I had this sort of bad taste in my mouth. And I swore to myself I was never going to work for anybody else again. I wasn't going to build someone else's dream for them, only my own. And what I did realize, though, is that everything in life is such an amazing learning opportunity. It just depends how you view it. And so when this all happened, I sort of like felt frustrated. But then I said to myself, you know what? I learned how to really build some serious sales teams and how to acquire customers and build systems to do that. So I wanted to find somewhere that I could apply that skill set that I really honed. And, this was it. I found this, and I said to myself, this is a high demand, recession-proof service. It's very simple. And a lot of people in my market are using this service. I just need to figure out how to sell it to them and serve it to them in a better way. And so because of that, that's what led to not only the growth of my business, but the growth of so many people that have joined the Rags to Riches program. And because of that, I've been featured in Entrepreneur Magazine, Yahoo Finance, and my cleaning business was named the best cleaning service in Las Vegas by City Council. I'm going to show you my business profile. We're almost at 700 5-star reviews. We have the best ratings and reviews in the industry and in the city. And I'm competing against people that have been doing it 3 times as long as I have, 12, 15 years. Let's do a quick proof check. All right, let's do it. Let's get this part of the show over with. Everybody loves the proof check. This is where I show my actual numbers. I'm just going to log into Jobber. For those of you that are contemplating maybe switching to Jobber or using it when you start, it is the premier tool. It's the only CRM that I would use. And the reason why is that it's very easy to use. The interface is very intuitive. If you haven't liked and subscribed and followed and all that stuff, let's do that. Let's get the likes up, please. That's really supportive and helpful. Now, if you guys can see my Jobber screen, please let me know. Can I get some feedback? Usually Scott tells me, McKay, somebody, let me know if you can see my Jobber screen. I'm going to log in here as soon as I get confirmation, and I'm going to check my numbers. Just waiting for anybody to give me confirmation here. Anybody in the chat, please? We can see it. All right, Kayla, thank you very much. All right, so moving forward, I'm going to log into Jobber. There's no funny business here. It's not fake. It's just going to say, hey, John, or whatever it says. Okay, so it went right to my transaction report. That's probably where I left off. I'm going to go to the home screen first. And so it's Monday, April 20th. I like to sort of get my bearings when I show this stuff. And you can see we have 239 new requests for service. And there's some other numbers here on the dashboard that are important, but the most important one is going to be in reports. So I'm going to scroll down here on the left-hand side. I'm going to click that, and I'm going to go right to the transaction reports because that's the best tell. That shows all of the transactions via credit card. It doesn't include cash, check, Zelle, or Venmo, but it gives you a good indicator of how much cash is flowing into the business. And by default, it's going to go to the last 30 days. So this is a 30-day rolling average, we call it. And if we want to see what that is, we can scroll the bottom, and you can see it's been a little slow lately. It was headed towards the 165, but for some reason, I'll have to figure that out. It's now the last 30 days, $151,410.04. Not bad for a 30-day rolling average. Now, today is the 20th of April. So what I did was I selected a custom range, and now I'm going to filter it, the start date April 20th, and I'm going to do the end date April 20th. All right. So just focusing on today, I'm going to filter it. It's 12:10 p.m. on the dot Pacific time. And today so far, we have $4,085. Not bad for a half a day's work, right? Especially when I'm not doing any of the day-to-day. I don't do the cleaning. I don't do any of the scheduling. I don't talk to any customers anymore. I'm hands-off. It's all run by virtual assistants. And those are the results that I'm getting. And it's all because of the systems that I run. So, couple things. Taj, would you please put up my link to Jobber? If you want to get Jobber, I have a free trial that I can give you because I'm a brand partner. Take advantage of it. It's an awesome tool. That's the beginning. And if you want a free training on Jobber, we do it once a week. Tasha does it. She's phenomenal. If you want to get a free training, use the link, grab Jobber, and then just email me, john@johnmargalit.com. All right. Now, if you want to get similar results and you want to build your own, you can work with me in two ways. One is the Remote Cleaning CEO Accelerator. This is my operating system. So it's my entire operating system packaged into a training with weekly group coaching calls. And also you get to message me whenever you want on the Discord server. I'm answering questions all the time. That way you're sure you're not making any mistakes. You get complete everything by pricing models, hiring systems, sales scripts, automations, marketing structure, onboarding systems, all the stuff. This is for the person who wants clarity, accountability, and a proven blueprint. And the second way that we can work together, you have to email me, Taj, if you could put it up. It's john@johnmargalit if you want to apply. This is hands-on. It's the founder intensive, the 90-day build program. You get everything in the Remote Cleaning CEO Accelerator that I just mentioned, but this is different because we work closely with you to build your business correctly from day one. You don't just get the information, you get implementation and precision. So if you've already started a cleaning business, it's not going well. If you bought another course and you've tried something, this is not a course. This will get you on track. I almost feel like you can't afford not to do it if you've already invested money. Let's recoup your money and let's 10x that. You get implementation and precision from me and my team. If you're serious, you can apply. I'm not sure if you can hear me, Taj. If you could put up the email, john@johnmargalit.com. It's right here at the bottom. Right there. Hey, there it is. Thank you. john@johnmargalit.com. Don't use an H or it'll bounce back to you. And that's how you can email me if you want to apply. Now, I always begin the show the same way before I dive into the topic. I am here for people who feel stuck in a job or any situation that they can't stand. If you're tired of trading your time for a paycheck, just like I was doing, you're tired of building someone else's dream, and you're tired of feeling like you just don't have any real options, I've been exactly where you are. That's exactly how I felt. And then I found this and was able to apply what I learned. I built my way out of feeling stuck with this simple business. And now my goal is to help you do the same thing. And what's incredible about this is that it's not just about potentially starting a business. It's really about what the experience of being free does to you. How you become a different kind of person with more confidence, more clarity, more decisiveness, more capabilities, and most of all, you become way more resilient so that you can create real financial freedom and real time freedom in your life. Everybody knows I'm sometimes too honest. I'm just going to tell you the truth, all right, even if it hurts. But I'm going to share simple frameworks about mindset, sales, marketing, decision-making, and problem solving, my favorite one. Because these are the things that you actually need to think and act like somebody who can build their own future. I can show you exactly what you need to do. I can take all the guessing out, but you still have to be able to solve problems on the fly. You will still hit obstacles that you need to figure out how to get around them, get over them, or get under them, or go through them. That's part of the journey. But just as important as the tactics, I want this show to be a daily reminder that transformation is possible. And you're not crazy for wanting more, and you're certainly not alone We have a bunch of people here. Happy Monday, Rick. Good to see you. Real transformation starts with a decision. So we begin every show with the same question. I'm going to ask it again. It's a reminder. I just want you guys to ask yourselves, if you don't change anything, if you're new to the show, if you keep doing exactly what you're doing, you're here for a reason. You will very likely be in the same exact place 5 years from now. You will be feeling the same frustration, the same lack of control, and the same resentment toward your job or whatever situation that you're in. Thank you, Kayla. I'm going to keep doing it. But if you committed to transforming your life, it can't be halfway. You have to really commit. Then there's a real chance that in much less than 5 years, you can be exactly where you want to be. So here's the real question, because you have to decide. What hurts more? Continuing to endure a job or situation that you hate or know is a dead end, or enduring the temporary discomfort of pursuing freedom and building something of your own? Everyone knows the truth, and everyone avoids it, that the pain of staying the same has no upside. It just repeats and repeats. But that pain of trying to change, it's like going to the gym when you haven't gone for a long time and you get sore the next day and it almost hurts to move or get out of bed, but it's a good sore. It's a good pain because you know you did something. That's what it feels like when you build and you learn. And even if you fail, you try again. And if you do that, it at least gives you a real chance at a better life. That's all we can ask for. The topic of the show today, bought a course, but your cleaning business isn't working. Here's why. Now I'm going to turn every live into a long form YouTube video. So I'm going to start my opening monologue, if you will, by saying in this video. All right. Now, just to cut to the chase here. If you came to me because you needed help and you had bought some other training program or a course or whatever it was, you did not fail. You just bought information when you actually needed execution. That's it. And if you've already spent $1,000, $5,000, even $15,000 on a program or a course that didn't work, this might be the most important live stream you've ever watched. I'm not exaggerating. So in this video, I want to talk directly to a very specific person today. Not the person who's just thinking about starting a cleaning business. Not the person still stuck in analysis mode. I'm talking to you if you already took action. You bought a course, you invested in mentorship, and you believed that this could work. And then, nothing. You either never got started or you started and couldn't get a single customer. Believe it or not, that happens. It happens a lot. So if that's you, you're not alone. Some people come to me and they have a little bit of traction. Some people come to me and they don't even have a single customer after investing $15,000. But it's not failure. When people come to me in this situation, my first reaction used to be frustration because I know what's out there. I know how little some of these programs actually give you. But then almost every single person says the same thing. I wish I would have found you sooner. And that's when I realized something important. It's not too late, not even close. In fact, you're actually in a better position than somebody starting from scratch. You know why? You didn't waste your money. You paid tuition. You learned something most people never figure out. that information alone doesn't build a business. You know now what doesn't work. You know what it feels like to be stuck. That awareness, that's an advantage. This guy that I used to work with, he was quite older than me. He was the head of finance at this company I used to work at. And he always used to say, the best way to find out what you like in life is to find out what you don't like. Most beginners still think that watching videos equals progress, but now you know better. So let's talk about proof over promise. Let's address the real issue. You didn't get results because you were sold a promise without proof. The industry is full of people teaching things they don't actively do. And I think you guys know that I'm different. That's why I share it with you. I still run my business. I still take calls every once in a while just to stay connected to the customers, just to make sure the same things that I was doing before are still working. I look at the numbers every day. I look at that transaction report probably 6 to 8 times a day. I look at a bunch of other reports too. And you know what? I don't really care about any of them except for cash. But the systems are bulletproof. The whole idea of this is to force feed you it for as long as possible until you can't take it anymore, until you're bursting at the seams. And then I want you to bring on a virtual assistant, assuming you don't have a full-time job. And everything we do and we build together is meant and designed to hand off to somebody so they can do it for you. It's not so you can take a break. It's so that you can oversee the business and have balance in your life. But I still deal with real customers, real cleaners, and real problems. Nothing I tell you is theoretical. Normally, the topics of the show that I come up with are the ones that I get asked in our Discord server. Taj is leaving me a comment. Hey, Aaron. Good to see you, brother. Yeah, I'm not showing you theory. I'm showing you what's working right now, today. This is current stuff. And I'm always updating my program because I know that things like marketing are a moving target. What worked 6 months ago may not work today. What worked yesterday may be different tomorrow. And what works for somebody in Las Vegas may not work for somebody in Lehi, Utah. So let's talk about the real problem. I'll tell you what the real problem is. It's missing the how. I know most courses teach you what a cleaning business is, how to start it, why it's a good opportunity, maybe some high-level steps. But a lot of them seem to stop right before it actually matters. They don't show you what to say when the phone rings, how to turn a lead into a paying customer, how to price correctly, how to actually get leads coming in regularly, consistently in the first place, how to set up your system so it runs smoothly so you can hand it off. That's the gap. That's the gap. You weren't missing effort. You were missing execution. That's it. It's information versus transformation. I know what you want. You want transformation. You bought information. What you actually come here for isn't just accountability and feedback. It's real-time correction. Access to somebody who's already solved the problems that you're going to face. Because let's be real here. You can watch 100 videos. But if you don't know if you're doing it right, you're stuck. For some of you, it's even analysis paralysis, right? You overthink it so much. This is the most common feedback I get. I'm overthinking it so much. I get so many questions about, should I be doing contractors or this? Should I have to worry about this or that? How do I set up payroll? And there's not even one customer there, and there's no strategy to get customers. Get the customers and then worry about everything else later. But honestly, the reason why I built Rags to Riches University is so you don't have to. Everything I'm teaching you guys is from real experience. The systems, the hiring process, especially the sales scripts. I don't know if you guys have delved into them yet, but you get someone on the phone and you go word for word. All you have to do is just copy what I say. The lead generation machine is a big one. Big one. Because I already made the mistakes and I already lost a bunch of money trying different marketing tactics and channels. That's why I get violent over Angie when people talk about that. I spent the $6,000 or $8,000 over the year that they said to do. God, was it such terrible nonsense? You know what Angie does? It's a scam. I don't know how they're a public company. You know what they do? They tell you that all the leads come from people that sign up and pay to be part of the Angie network. People that are real serious about finding vetted service providers. But then you know what they actually do? Only a few come from those people. The majority of the leads that they give you are people that went to a landing page for their offer to sign up for their nonsense subscription. And those people selected what service they were looking for. And then you get those people that aren't even signed up for Angie yet, or may never sign up. They don't disclose that. It's not honest. All right. Let's address the fear head on. The risk reversal. Let's talk about it. I know what you're thinking. I already lost my money once. I'm not doing that again. Good. You shouldn't blindly trust anyone again. And again, that's exactly why I'm doing this. If you've taken another course or mentorship and you didn't get results, I'll personally audit your business for free. That's what I'm going to start doing. If you're watching this and you've been down that road, email me. Tosh, will you put up my email again, please? John@John Margalit. If you want me to give you a free audit, I'll look at what you've built. I'll look at what assets you have, if any. I'll tell you exactly what's wrong, and I'll show you how to fix it. I'm just going to give you clarity. There's no sales pitch. I'm literally going to give you my time and help you fix it. Now, I can't execute for you, but I can tell you what's wrong. I can diagnose it, and I can tell you what I would do to fix it. If that's valuable to you, then shoot me an email, john@johnmargalit.com. No H. It'll just bounce back. And honestly, it helps me a lot. I'll tell you why. Number one, it gives me so many topic ideas for the show. It gives me a ton of ideas. And number two, every time I speak to somebody that's stuck, especially in this scenario, it helps me better understand why and what they're stuck on so I can make our course better. So I can make my mentorship and my training program better. I love identifying that gap because then as soon as that session's done, I attack it. I go make new training. I fill the gaps. I fill any voids. I think I've found most or all of them, but the only way to really know is for me to get with more people. And so in order to do that, you get a free audit. You can take it or leave it. But if you want to know what's wrong and what I would do to fix it, shoot me an email. All right. This is the truth I think that most people know, but just kind of ignore. It's not a knowledge problem. It's an implementation problem. And that's exactly what I fix. Let's go to the quote of the day. Everybody loves this segment of the show. We have discussed this guy before. There he is. What an amazing quote. What a great correlation to the topic today. Tony Robbins says, knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is power. He's so right. Knowledge on its own is not power. Applying that knowledge is the power. Watching a video or taking a course doesn't make you money. Applying the knowledge does. Yeah, I know, right, Aaron? Scott says, thanks for answering my question. You're right. No problem. I always like to do a deep dive into these quotes. I think reading that, this is where everything clicks. Taj, will you put up my link to the free jobber trial, just in case anybody wants to grab that? I encourage you to. If you sign up and you're with this link, you can have a free jobber training. Tasha does a great job. You guys have seen her on the show before. So if you sign up for Jobber and you just want to get free training from us, we do it once a week. We'll try to work around your work schedule if you have a job. A lot of people do. But this is where everything clicks. Most people hear knowledge is power and think, if I just learn more, I'll succeed. I'm going to say that again. This is where everything clicks because most people hear knowledge is power and think, if I just learn more, I'll succeed. That's a very logical way to approach this. That's why we buy courses. That's why we watch videos. That's why we take notes. And that's why we feel productive when we do those things. But nothing changes because knowledge sitting in your head does nothing. It doesn't generate leads, doesn't close customers, it doesn't build a business. Only applied knowledge does that. That's the difference. Someone who's watched everything and someone who's making money. That's the difference between those two things. Execution, not more information. We're going on 12:30 here. If you want to be a guest of the show, I'd love to hear from you. If you own a cleaning business and you want to do an audit live on the show, I would love to do that. I'm sure everybody would love to see it. It's a great learning experience for people to see what else is wrong in other people's businesses. And again, this is constructive feedback. Just coming up here alone and having this kind of talk is quite brave anyway. So we're not going to give anybody any, no one's getting a hard time here. We're just going to look at it. We're going to see what's working. We're going to see what's not working. And I'm going to give you feedback. Let's go to the lesson segment of the show. If you've already bought a course and didn't get results, you're not behind. You're just one step away. But that step isn't another course. It's implementation, feedback, real systems, and real accountability. That's the bridge between where you are and the business you thought you were buying. I hope that makes sense to everybody. Let me say this really clearly. If you're still serious about building a remote cleaning business, it's not too late. You didn't miss your chance. You didn't mess it up. You just didn't have the right support. And honestly, if you've already invested and didn't get results, you can't afford to stay stuck. Because now it's not just about starting, it's about finishing what you already started. It's about proving to yourself that you were right to believe in this. That this wasn't a mistake. That you can actually build something real here. So here's what I want you to do. If this is you, the person that I'm speaking to today, if you bought a course, you tried and you got stuck, reach out. I'll do the audit. You'll know exactly what to do, where things are broke, and more importantly, how to fix them. Because once you see it clearly, everything changes. And the truth that most people won't tell you is that the difference between somebody who got burned and someone who builds a successful business isn't intelligence. It's not luck. It's not even the first course they bought. It's whether they decide to try again, but this time with the right system. You didn't lose your money. You just paid for the lesson. Now let's finally get you the result. Scott says, wow, Angie was a $200 stock and now it's $7. Exactly. You know what? That's because they scam people. It's ridiculous. You know what's funny about that, Scott? I should have shorted that 4 years ago, 5 years ago when I started this business. And that guy called me and said, I work with Prestige Maids. That was like the big one I was trying to be like back then when I started. And I was like, really? You work with Prestige? They're like huge in Las Vegas. He's like, yeah, they're one of our best customers. I was like, oh man. He's like, you want to get the package they use? And I was like, yeah. How much is it? He's like, it's like $8,000 for the year. I was like, yeah, I'll put it on my credit card. Let's do it. Oh man, what a dick that guy was. He knew exactly what he was doing. And then I looked at all of the complaints. I looked at all of the reviews and I was just like, oh my God, I'm another one of these. I'm a statistic now. If you come out of the gate at a $200 IPO at the price of your stock and you end up at $7, that means your business sucks. Angie sucks at life. Actually, she's like a multimillionaire. I'm sure she made her money a long time ago and probably is removed from the company. There's probably like a CEO and they do have a per month package. Ah, interesting. They used to do, I think the minimum commitment was like 6 months. Yep. Then they'll let you convert to the 12-month plan. Yeah. I'd be willing to bet that if you had some conversion data from them, like real conversion data, if they shared it, I bet you that it would just like lifetime value of the customer would just fall off a cliff. Anybody that has 1 month of that isn't coming back. They know it too. So they probably just remain aggressive in customer acquisition, knowing that the churn is so high, and they do it with the public's money. Horrible. No wonder they lost so much value. I think that's the other thing that a lot of people lose sight of. If you're just starting or you're going to restart, don't think about making money. Think about, how do I give customers value? That's how you have to think of it. How do I make this a wow experience for the customer? How can I make them so comfortable? How can I build so much rapport and trust? If you're thinking about that, if you become obsessed with that, you're going to make so much money. Most other cleaning businesses don't think that way. They're either people that actually do the cleaning and they have pride in their work, but those aren't your competitors. The market's fragmented, and then in a good way. Those are people you're not competing against. You're competing against the other people in your market that are running ads and, building a team, not the ones out in the field actually, elbow deep in toilets. That's not who you're competing against. And those people, most of them are just thinking about, how do I make money? How do I charge more? Don't think that way. Just stay focused. How do I make this an amazing experience for the customer? How do I make them so happy that the only thing that they're going to feel like doing is going and writing a good review? That's the winning formula here. All right. Any questions? I'm going to catch up here in the comments. Interestingly, okay, the rep was pushing me to 12-month. Exactly. Kayla says, go figure. Our initial course suggested Angie as a channel to use. Oh my God. I have to call them out. I'm not going to do it. I know who it is. It may or may not be Growth Cleaning in San Diego. Anyway, I can't believe anybody would recommend that. If anybody recommends Angie to you and you're considering their course, they know nothing. They know absolutely nothing. It's the worst recommendation I've ever heard in this entire Rags to Riches University journey that I've had. Why is Bezos a genius, Scott? I don't, maybe I missed the context of that. My dad's here. My dad's here from China. Let me see. Hey, Dad. You want to say hi to everybody? Me? Yeah, come on in. My dad's visiting from China.
Hello.
Hey.
I'm not Chinese though.
Well, yeah, I mean, definitely not. I mean, you know, so my dad's here. My dog's here too. Here's Nancy.
Hey.
Everybody came in the room at the same time. Here's
What's
Nancy.
up? What's up?
And so, oh God, don't be jealous. You see how my dog, anybody that gets near me, she gets upset. This is my dad, David. He's here. We're live right now. So
Hello.
anyway, just wanted to show him. He was always curious about what I do. I don't know if he quite understands, but anyway, yeah. Do we look like
Good.
each other? Yeah. The camera's
Yes.
right there.
Yeah.
Camera's right there.
Oh. it's
Yep. There you go. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Anyway,
All
back to
right.
the show.
So sounds
Thank you.
good.
Thank you, Dad. Thank you, Nancy.
Sure.
Yep. I'll call you in a
Do
bit.
it.
All right. So anyway, yeah, he's here from China and he's visiting. So I figured I'd give him a little taste of what I do. We're twins. Oh, wow. Wow. Hopefully I'm look a little bit younger than him. I have a note here from Taj, and Taj says, oh, same face. That's funny. Anyway, you've now met my dad and my dog, my two dogs. Yeah, for any of you that are curious, my dad is in the clothing industry and he went to China like 25 years ago and he was hired as a marketing person for a company that makes men's suits. And if you're wondering how I met Warren Buffett, my dad introduced me to him. My dad met him at a lunch and started measuring him. He always has like a measuring tape in his pocket. And he literally like just started like putting the tape around his leg. I'm not kidding. It's a true story. It was in the Wall Street Journal. And then before I knew it, the Chinese company was calling me saying, we need you to bring Warren clothes. We sent him a suit and he said that it's his favorite suit. He gave all of his other suits away to charity and all he wears is our suits. I'm like, all right. And then I ended up in Omaha. And for the next 8 years, I went to go visit Warren Buffett in Omaha for the Berkshire annual meeting. And he was very gracious. He used to give me a lot of love and attention. I would get to go to his office and just hang with him. I'd bring him a new suit. I'd bring him the fit. And yeah, it was a magical time. He's too old now. He stopped over the years. I was less and less time. When we first started hanging with him, it was, you know, an hour just me and him in his office hanging out. And then it slowly got less and less. And now he doesn't take many meetings like that anymore. But very lucky to be in that situation. So thanks for sharing that moment with me, you guys. I'm really glad he got to come up. It's hard for me to explain to him what I do. He's just disconnected. He doesn't really understand. He knows men's suits. All right. Anybody got any questions or comments? Did he start/run any businesses? No. Oh, you know what? He did start a men's retail suit store business in downtown LA, but this is a long time ago. The Rodney King incident, the riots, they broke into his store, looted it, and he never got back on his feet. So yeah, he did. He tried one time. And it wasn't doing great when that happened, but it was doing okay. It may have had a chance to make it, but after that, he had shut down. I'm glad you asked that question. That's funny. He comes to my house, you know, every like twice a year. He has his own suite upstairs, and he comes to the house. He's always like wondering, like, how I got this house and the cars and all this stuff. He's just like, I don't really know what you do, but it seems like you're doing pretty good. I'm like, yeah. I just tell him I have a podcast. He knows I have a cleaning business. He knows what that is, but I don't think he really understands. So anyway, thank you for joining me. We'll see you tomorrow. I have a really good show for you tomorrow. And I'll let you know this. I'm starting a cold email campaign to reach out to other cleaning business owners to ask them if they want to be a guest on my show. I think it's nice to hear from other people a little bit, not just me talking to you in this echo chamber. I want this show to have some diversity in the messaging and what you guys want to take from different people. Certain people might, you might connect with them more. Whatever they say might resonate with you more. I had a lot of questions about Nicole the other day and how she has 4 kids and 5 kids, I forget. And she still like has time to chill and watch TV. Just incredible. So anyway, if you have any questions or you want to be a part of the show, please reach out. I'd love to have you as a guest. If you are a new cleaning business owner, if you're a seasoned cleaning business owner, or if you want to do a live audit, I'm happy to do that on the show. I think those are really valuable. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks so much.
If this helped you think differently, you're in the right place. Subscribe, stick with me, and let's keep building one episode at a time.